You? Emily Blunt's also got some great stories talking about him walking around London with a ball cap, and she finally got him in like a paper hat or paper boy hat or whatever.
Yeah,
like he looks so much better. And it's like, what does it say about you as a country that you guys are so prejudiced against ball caps? You know.
All right, guys. So I don't know what it was. We had like 0 frame rate last time.
Friend rate. We had 0 friend rate.
Friend ratings too, yeah. But now we're up in the 29 and 30s. We're doing well. 131 audio bit rate. I mean, all of them were like just zeroed out before, so we were getting nothing. So actually, we are live now. So as we said before, Chris Menker is back.
Hey, how we doing, guys?
He's here to help Josh with his sober month and keep him on the show. Because Chris, you brought some stuff, didn't you?
I did. So not only to help keep Josh on his sober month, but I drive home back to Wilmington after this. So when I got the call to come in and do this,
I'm glad somebody had one. Just let them know.
I'm
what
glad
time
there was
it
one
is.
left after the first round. So I've got Athletic Brewing with me tonight. What's really kind of cool about Athletic Brewing is the whole concept is kind of a healthier lifestyle. The guy was in the process of trying to, get married. He was like an avid outdoors fan, runner, biker, whatever, all that kind of stuff. And, really enjoyed drinking beer, but was really kind of getting to the point where going out all night and drinking heavy and getting up the next morning with the hangover when he was still working in finance was a bit difficult for him. And there was kind of a gap in the market, from the standpoint, like you want to hang out and watch a football game with your friends, but you don't want to drink a soda, or you're at the bar watching a baseball game and you don't want a water, you still
like beer.
You want beer. Exactly. And so that's what gave birth to Athletic Brewing. And so tonight for my palate cleanser, I'm actually doing Upside Dawn. I'm doing their Golden Ale, which 0.5% ABV, so it actually does fall into the non-alcoholic category, and it's only 50 calories a can. So, Josh, tonight you're going to have the Free Wave Hazy, which comes in at 70 calories a can. Mm-hmm. I've also got the All Out Stout with me and the Run Wild IPA, so we'll try those, and it'll allow me to try the wine and try Nick's beer and still be comfortable enough to drive home this evening.
And,
I packed it in.
And just so you know, it looks like we dropped out again for some reason, so we're just going to film, going to go straight through just like we do, and then we're going to upload to YouTube. So we'll put a note on Facebook that they can watch us the YouTube upload.
cool.
Caught a comment.
Because I don't even think they can. Well, no, we didn't really catch a comment. It's just somebody's trying to watch. Right. So I mean, our rates dropped. They're all zeros right now. So I don't
dropped again.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I don't think I can do that athletic intro for a third time.
Yeah,
It's
so
kind of wordy.
We'll just go forward.
Do you have that written
Swap,
down?
The Wi-Fi you're hooked up to, because sometimes I have to go back and forth between the office and the Office 5G.
That could definitely be.
I had to do that the other day for the Rebel stuff.
The thing? Rebel. I feel like every time I hear that, it should be just a fist in the air or something.
Revel.
Well,
Your program's a mess.
Well, let me go ahead and knock out the awards from Athletic Brewing anyway. So at the World Beer Awards, they got, let's see, Best in Country for Upside Dawn, All Out Stout, Cream Ale, and Downrighter Goza. And then they earned a silver for their wit. At the U.S. Beer Championship, they earned all gold medals for Run Wild, All Out Stout, Raspberry Goza, and then earned a silver for their Downwinder Goza. At GABF, they won.
That may have been it, Josh.
2 of the 3 non-alcoholic medals available. So, I mean,
It's extensive.
yeah, well awarded beer. These guys have been around since 2018, and they're really crushing the market.
I have been really impressed with everything I've had by them. Because, every time I do my 7 month, I always go through, run the whole gamut of NA beers. Because every year they come out with new ones, and it's kind of awesome now. But Athletic is a solid choice. And the lower calorie count is definitely, I can feel like I'm fitting into, pants that are, size, like an inch smaller. No.
I did not go with a lower calorie count.
Yeah, so neither did I. I mean,
You still Oktoberfest? Still rocking the Oompa tent?
Oktoberfest.
That's good. That's the gizmo, huh?
You know, our friends from Raleigh, Gizmo.
I noticed it's labeled ale. Do you notice any difference?
I did notice that. It's like lager.
In the flavor and the body of that versus what we had weeks past with the lager Martzen?
Not quite as malty, I think.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's a
Oktoberfest
ale. Huh.
So Martzen or
we
Well,
saw
so they obviously didn't go through a lagering process, so
Yeah.
they did a different recipe for that.
Yeah,
so that's
we
kinda
saw-
cool.
Stop fermenting yeast.
we saw a few fest ales last year. So I guess maybe it's just a thing that's been showing up. Some of
Ales
them
are way easier to make.
faster.
So
right?
Josh, that looks like that was a good suggestion because since I switched over to the
5G. Now you're running like a scalded.
Let
So-
me just go ahead and clarify. This is not my first rodeo.
It's back
But
over,
I
huh?
tell everybody that with the
Are
wife.
we
But I
going to
am
be running
surprised
live
that you're
now?
expected
Yeah, we
to
are
know
running live
everything
right now.
by
Awesome.
your
Running at a
second
good
rodeo.
rate.
Like it really kind of, you know,
Oh yeah, you grab the bull by the horns in the first rodeo,
right.
and then the second rodeo you
Yeah,
did
I
not
always,
do that.
always love how people are like, "This is not my first rodeo." Yeah, but am I expected to know everything by my second rodeo?
Yeah, like, at what point am I going to get
Yeah,
this?
but like this isn't. Yeah,
You guys were talking about losing weight with your NA beer and stuff. My girl was in town this weekend, and God, it hurt to say that.
Okay.
My-
I was about
my
to
girl.
Talking
not
about
girl.
my girl.
But anyway, it did hurt. But anyway, that bad.
I could have
anyway,
the month of May.
I'll tell you what hurt was she decided that I needed to get more active because I like taking naps apparently, and that's against the rules. But so
Naps. What the heck is a nap?
So yesterday,
I just
we
call
went and
that
walked
passing
around
out.
downtown Southport. Like I think I passed all these stores in downtown Southport 3 times.
Oh god.
Gassed.
I mean, we went down the river, up the river, back to, and then we ate, and then we went into Wilmington to go bowling.
Oh,
Now I
jeez.
used to bowl like all the time, every week. I was somewhat.
I
decent.
caught a used to. You did not say you are a bowler.
And I have not bowled in 15 years. My first shot last night, I ended up on my face. I was on all fours. And so that's my take on
And she still went home with you?
getting
I get
fit,
the my girl
losing
thing.
weight. I've got a hurt, and this morning
That's hateful.
I woke up and I couldn't move.
Oh yeah.
So I think I'd much rather go your route of
Dude,
losing weight.
I will say, the last time I went bowling was probably a couple months ago, and I was a little sore after it.
That's-
The one that got me was the first time I ever played golf.
That sounds like high impact
God.
aerobics.
Like, golf killed me, and I was
Golf.
and I was relatively healthy.
You got killed. I used to play golf after a 10-hour work day, and I'd have to walk 18 just because we could get free golf at the course.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
So I like this, but I feel like you guys are in support of Athletic Brew Company here.
Well,
This is how this stuff works.
it's funny because like the whole brewery's concept is like very outdoors. That is not my MO. Like, I mean, I didn't choose these tonight because I'm interested in the calorie count. I'm interested in driving home and getting out of boiling.
They had a pretty-
Springs Lake.
They had a pretty foxy
you know.
babe in a sports kini on the website there. I saw that.
Did
there.
they?
It was nice.
I didn't see that.
I definitely thought
You
it.
definitely saw that, huh?
Yeah, I
It's
had
the
to
only
double
thing you
check
saw on
what
the
website you were on. Like,
like
what is he
this
looking
now.
up?
Hey, so we are up and streaming no problem.
Excellent.
If you are watching, why don't you send a shout out just to let us know how it's coming through for you guys.
It's the crowd. They're cheering for you, Rob.
We've got to keep these buttons away from Nick. We got to put him further away on the table.
I'm gonna have to pull what I do with the phone here. Just change up the sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and we were talking healthy, but we were also anybody that's got a gluten intolerance. The golden ale, the Upside Dawn, is gluten free.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Too?
Fermented from
Steve,
grains
you hear that?
containing gluten, but is crafted to remove gluten.
Okay.
So gluten
Let me
removed.
say, there are a lot of people who are celiac
Celiacs can't drink that.
cannot
Can't
drink
celiac cannot, but
Gluten removed.
Gluten
intolerant
intolerant
absolutely
can.
Or if you're watching gluten for dietary
Yeah.
reasons on your own,
Right.
you definitely drink that as well.
So crafted to remove gluten. This product is fermented from grains containing gluten and crafted to remove gluten. So,
Huh.
and then is this one? I know one or two of them are also vegan as well, which is really kind of cool.
Vegan beer. No pigs in this beer.
Right? Yeah.
So while we're talking about these, do we want to try them? I mean,
Yeah.
Sure.
Are you
By the
using
way,
that as a cleanser? Or
I'm
is that-
sipping on
Nose cleanser.
her Angels in Flames, a hazy IPA from
I put
Captain
one of
Lawrence.
those in my,
Okay,
I'm digging it. Dry hopped with Idaho 7 and Sabro hops. It's nice, and it's a butt kicker at like almost 7.5% there.
That's your palate cleanser.
That's my palate cleanser.
7.5%.
Yeah, and before the show, I was sipping on saltwater
which
taffy.
is like
Also, not a palate cleanser.
I just figured somebody's got to drink the alcohol on this show.
he's just keeping up with you guys not.
Right. So,
It's funny. I did see The Simpsons where Barney goes sober and gets his helicopter license. Are you getting your helicopter license, Josh?
no.
okay, guys. So this is the Upside Down. This is their
an
regular
IPA?
IPA. Yep. Sorry,
Now,
this is the Run Wild. Upside Down's a golden.
I was
I'm
going to
using
say,
it as a palate cleanser.
I've heard you say upside down a few times already.
Right.
tonight.
So this is the Run Wild.
clever.
This is a sessionable IPA, brewed with a blend of 5 Northwest hops. Says it has an approachable bitterness, and coming in at 70 calories, guys. So
Wow.
not that we're interested in, but it's vegan, non-GMO.
So, I understand the non-GMO part, but the vegan part it seems like you're searching.
Isinglass is commonly used in beer as
Are
a
you
clarifying
cussing
agent.
at me?
Did he just
it's a
fish
compound-
bladder?
Yeah, it's used a lot in
Yeah,
a
as
lot
a
of beers.
clarifier.
Because it'll get like.
And what'd you
protein
say
heads
it
out.
was?
Isinglass.
Don't cuss at me anymore, mister.
But yeah, it's.
I know. What's he going to ask for next? Papers?
All right,
So this is the blue one.
yep,
Run
this
Wild
is the
IPA.
blue one. This is the Run Wild.
Let me move my glass and hey, look, we can actually see those cans. And if you do that, you could probably scroll in on the not with us. We can't scroll in, but you might be able to scroll. Yeah, like enlarge the cans.
That's really cool. I bet they like the visual effects
Yeah, right.
even more than this audio
Hey, you know
effects.
the good thing is tonight they get it off this camera and that camera.
Right.
So it's like double visual
Right.
effects.
It's-
So as Rob was demonstrating, if you do that, you could squish our heads.
Are you like? Oh my god! Did you show them the Uma Guma that is our setup? That's great.
Switch your head, Josh. Switch your head.
Oh, crunching heads now.
I squish your head. I squish your head. Oh man, wait. I gotta get bigger.
It's getting bigger. This has been a long weekend. So it tastes like beer. It just tastes like beer.
With water.
It's a sessionable style IPA.
It tastes like an IPA.
It's definitely sessionable. I mean, it's
Right.
alcohol free.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well,
Because I'm like,
There's an aspect of the body.
it's like
of
they were searching for vegan and now they're searching for sessionable.
It's a sessionable vegan.
well, the flavor profile.
Alcohol-free,
like that
gluten
session
removed.
IPA is what they're probably
IPA.
going for. And, thank your founders all day. You know, like the flavor profile.
Well,
It's not the founders I was
All
looking
right, so
And sometimes
I
when
get
you're-
this, that's an IPA.
and when you're reaching for a session IPA, it's because it's a little bit lower ABV. It's
Those
a little
have
bit more comfortable to drink on a hot day.
when you're reaching
Refreshing
for a session IPA,
quality.
and you get this, you're really reaching.
Right.
I mean, it's not bad on the palate.
There is a graininess in there, but I think more on the nose than really on the palate. The palate is just kind of grassy. Tastes like
The hops,
soft
hops definitely
IPA.
come through on the nose. The Vienna malts come through on the palate.
So yeah, it does definitely.
There's an odd little odor there on the nose, though.
I just think that's the malts coming through without alcohol, in there. And so you just get right down to the grain, the true cereal nature.
Okay, it's just that I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
That malt without.
Without the alcohol
Yeah.
note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, alcohol has it's a volatile compound. So, I mean, you've got like flavors and smells you're not getting.
I mean, I like beer. It tastes like beer.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Would I know if he didn't tell me that it was alcohol free? That's kind of the.
I think.
But do I want to know? Is that really the point?
Well, I think the point is to have a beer, hanging out with your friends,
Yeah.
and making a conscious decision. I think.
So it is. Yeah, you do. I do want to know. It is a conscious decision. I hear what you're saying.
mean, one of the things. So the stout is 90 calories.
Beautiful color.
There's a
Beautiful.
belch going on there too. That
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah.
It was bubbly. It was nice and bubbly.
Yeah.
I did
But
chestnut, right, Rob?
I'd heard it beautifully said the other day where, I don't want
that was
to.
forced.
I don't want to have alcohol, but do I really need to stop drinking? I'm not an alcoholic, and it's like, who said you had to be an alcoholic to make a decision to not drink for a little while? Like it's not,
There's plenty of reasons.
You
Yeah.
want to have it, have it. I mean, it's for me. Like I said, for me tonight, I'm driving home.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit here and drink a soda with you guys on this.
I like taking a month off, every now and then, just kind of reset, because if you drink every day, your tolerance does go up. Taking a month off, reset your tolerance, kind of reset your system, and then you can kind of evaluate like the place and role of it, and if you decide to make changes, you can.
So I'm getting that nose a little bit again this time, and I've kind of more pinpointed it down to
Oh, this one's far more roasted.
like
Yeah,
tomato.
this is roasted. So you get that kind of coffee and bittersweet chocolate note.
That's probably the patent malt you're picking up.
It's like tomato.
Tomatoes are generally kind of earthy. They really are in their flavor.
And it's more pronounced in this one than the last one, but it was
And
definitely
especially
in
their
the last
smell.
one.
So I
Nose.
just get a real earthiness with this roast.
I get why you're saying tomato, but it's just a really nice earthiness that comes through. And I think part of it, once again, is the fact that you're not getting that volatile compound along with it of the alcohol. But
Now, the mouth on this, the palate.
Oh, Guinness lovers
Smoky.
would love this.
yeah, you get that kind of coffee note.
Yeah, patent malt is where it's roasted to like almost black, so you're gonna get smoky, earthy.
Lisa says it gives your palate a chance to rest also.
There you go.
Absolutely.
I'm a firm believer that if you don't exercise your palate daily, you lose it, it gets flabby, and
Myself as well. I'm a avid IPA drinker. You gotta flex the muscles. You don't use it, you lose it.
I enjoy my month every year. It's a fun time. The world of NA beer is growing. There's so many different kinds of it now, and it's a lot of fun to dive into it.
There was a lot of people who drank heavy during COVID that want to take a rest.
Apparently, by the numbers, America turned into an alcoholic.
Oh yeah. I mean, if
I've seen some of the stats on this.
Yeah.
It was-
I mean,
I mean-
even in democratic states like we live in, with the governor, the one thing he made sure that was considered essential business was any place that sold alcohol.
They want that
stopped
revenue.
Working
If
through
they were
all of
going to
this.
stick
I
us
never
at
stopped
home
working.
for an extended period of time. They knew damn well to make sure that we had booze.
It was
Yeah.
either that or the murder rate goes up. One of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up in Chicago. There's one experiment in this country I don't think they're going to do again, and that's the alcohol prohibition. We'll see regulations. We've seen the whole driving movement. Yeah, I hear stories from older people. Like, cops just used to, like, give you a ride home, and they'll be like, we'll fix the car for you. We'll have it back in the morning, You just had a few too many. I mean, now you drink a beer, you're good. You drink 2 beers, and you're like, you're at that limit. And I think that's really about the idea of intoxication, and I think that's one of those things that's kind of out there when we talk about the sobriety or the clarity, and when we talk about athletic beer, is here I can sit and have fun and still we're having the chat, but not getting intoxicated from this beverage.
The nifty little thing about NA beer as well is when you drink regular beer, switching to NA beer, you will still get certain feelings of euphoria and chilled outness and stuff like that, just because it triggers all the dopamine receptors in your brain, similar flavor and smell.
Oh, dude, I just hear a beer pop.
But you will be relaxed and feel like you're drinking a beer.
Yeah. I'm trying to make sure that there's not blocks or my dopamine receptors.
Maybe after that fall in the bowling alley.
Because
you might be a little depleted after your action and adventure yesterday,
Yeah, that I'm telling you. I enjoy bowling, and I'll probably do more of it.
That's what they say about more exercise. And like Josh says, as his activity is an exercise, as you increase the duration and the repeated nature of exercises, your dopamine uptake recycles will also enhance in frequency and intensity.
You said big words. I didn't like it.
Basically,
the more you do something, the more you need to do of it for your dopamine to kick in.
yes. But doing it does help your dopamine kick in, and you'll get bigger bouts of it. And yes, but
Well, and one of the other things Athletic Brewing is doing is 2% of all sales go to investment back into wildlife parks and stuff like that. So even here in North Carolina, Burn Park has gotten a grant from Athletic Brewing, and so has the Friends of DuPont Circle out of Hendersonville, North Carolina. So
I might be up there. I might have to check that
they're
out.
They're really kind of contributing back to the environment and everything else. So I mean, there's really
Looks
kind
like
of
they got some in the
effort.
Rockies, something up by Jackson Hole or Yellowstone.
There was stuff all over the place. I mean, so they're in Connecticut and San Diego. So I mean, they're encompassing the United States when it comes to their
Man, I wonder if they got
distribution,
this at Petco Park. Uh-oh, Rob's messing with the camera.
Yep.
Now, the day
The
I
whole
start
table
seeing
just kinda
NA
moved
beer
that
on
way,
tap is the day I will be super happy just to see it. If I could get a keg of draft,
Yeah, so I've actually made inquiries multiple times. Right now, they're still just doing package because the demand for it is so high at home. And the funny thing is, I've had a handful of restaurants tell me if
because you wouldn't be caught dead drinking this at a bar.
No, not true. Because a lot of the restaurants I've got it
That's
in.
me,
I
I'm
know
sorry.
you were trying.
That's
But
me.
actually, a lot of the restaurants I've got it
Sad
in
trombone.
is exact.
Oh, yeah, D. Oh, he's going to give himself applause. B's good, but D's awesome.
I thought D was rim shot.
I think
But
that's
no,
C.
a handful of the bars and restaurants are carrying this because people
Yeah, that
are
was
wanting
Rich
that
Shadow,
option.
It
They're going to watch a football game with friends. They're hanging out at Ale House or whatever, and they don't want to drink soda, And honestly, if I get a fountain Coke, it's 110, 130 calories.
My dentist loves it,
I just had a
too.
great stout for 90 calories, and I'm having more fun with that than I would a Dr. Pepper.
See, all the NA beer I got at the house, I drink it like I would soda, and it's way, way less calories. And it tastes way, way better.
All you need is a 2-liter of NA in the fridge now.
You guys are really trying to convince me here.
I'm just saying, I like it. I like the concept of athletic in the NA scene.
I would have never thought that this would have been a trend that picked up, but the more I sell it, the more I'm around it, the more I understand the people who are buying it.
Yeah.
And so
If I find out I'm carrying this up the mountain in my backpack and there's no alcohol in it, though, when we get to camp, man, I know who's carrying the cans out.
and how
So, we do have a beer. I think that Josh cannot drink tonight. Is that correct?
I will taste it and spit it out.
Spitters or quitters.
I put one in there for you guys to try too.
So Alexis says she likes that concept too.
Oh yes, I wanted to try.
Of yelling
this.
at people who put NA beer in my backpack.
Yeah.
Are you gonna try that one first or the other one?
What else is in there? What?
Did Josh put a beer in there too?
Yeah.
Josh brought it.
I'll
Oh,
taste it.
dude, Josh, great choice. I was totally eyeballing this for the show tonight.
I'll taste it. I'm just not drinking it.
There's a good chance that tasting it may be all any of
We
us
just
can
get
do.
iced. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I have a dark beer with hops, I believe, and this is a.
Nah, let's try that pumpkin
that-
latte blonde first.
That first. Cool.
Yeah, because that no soul to sell is a tropical stout, so it's a lighter style stout, kind of like a Jamaican stout.
Oh, cool. I'm excited. Oh, he knows a little about this one. Well, this is Josh's choice here from Sycamore. I saw this on the shelf, and I was fascinated, Josh.
Yeah, we just got it in today.
Alrighty.
Is this like the basic?
I will-
It is a blonde ale. I gotta bite my tongue a little on that. The basic. There's a nickname for doing a pumpkin latte in the shop here, and we didn't come up with it. It's something our friends and community told to us.
Smells like
Basic white girl.
Yeah. So this is built on a blonde ale. Just saying.
Well, there
Well,
you
I
go.
actually like that it's built on a blonde. We went there.
I like
But yeah,
them
no,
going
this
on
is
blondes, too.
They show us more every day.
on the nose. You're getting great cinnamon and nutmeg, great pumpkin spice on it.
He doesn't only work because he's driving.
It's wow. I mean,
Yeah, it really shines
pumpkin
through.
spice.
Yeah.
All right, so
for
here's
sure.
the can from Sycamore. Now these are the fellas that generally get in trouble for their cans. So let's see what's going on. There's a pumpkin having fun in the
Who did
hot
the
coffee
affogato?
mug that's holding
These
its
guys.
breath. Okay,
This-
I don't get that one.
Just a reminder. I was just asking Josh about this. These guys also did the affogato.
you can smell the coffee in it too,
Now, you definitely smell the pumpkin spice.
but it's brewed with coffee.
Huge pumpkin spice on the nose.
Man, once again, when it comes to flavored ales, you got to have a decent ale to begin with, and I definitely get that.
Thank
with this
you.
Beer.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just like this beverage with flavor, and I'm like, okay, why am I doing this? I could just get a latte. Whoa, the spice on that, man, really comes through. All like the. Do they put cardamom? Is cardamom in pumpkin seasoning? Or I always just want to sound special, like I know more than just cinnamon.
Yay, shout out. Sycamore Brewing's co-owner, Sarah Taylor Brigham. Love when we get female-owned breweries. I love to kind of see that diversity in the industry. Pumpkin Latte Blonde is one of our most highly anticipated seasonal beers years after years, and we're excited about the re-release.
It's a Riri.
Fresh spices, real vanilla, and house-roasted coffee. Combining these cozy flavors over a crisp blonde ale, best base results in refreshing beer that is bursting with fall flavor. This year's brand new can design features a classic fall colors and a cartoon pumpkin relaxing in a piping hot cup of coffee.
That's kind of what I said.
Yeah, I don't know what the implication of that is, because that coffee cup does not look happy.
It's a little. He looks a little stuffed. Like his face says, "I'm full."
Pumpkin.
Isn't that when it's time to eat pumpkin pie though? When you're just like full.
Yeah.
Like, I'll get some coffee and some pumpkin pie. I'll be good.
I tell you
So-
what, there's a lot of cool flavors going on with that.
Yeah,
really.
there are.
It's done very well.
The ale is there.
Yeah,
But
it's just great
At
backbone
the same
ale.
time, though, I think there could be more ale to it. I'm getting a lot of the pumpkin flavor. It's really in the vanilla and cream.
It's almost enough spice that it, for a second there, it felt hot on my tongue. And
Yeah.
that's certainly not from the alcohol. It's a blonde ale.
5.8.
Yeah, so it's not the alcohol. It's certainly the spice that's coming through. And maybe even the roasted coffee. But I always
I'm glad that was
I
a
always
burp.
joke about pumpkin ales, but honestly, I've got a lot of love for pumpkin ales from the standpoint that I believe that most people's foray into craft beer is either a fall or winter seasonal. You're either
I
at
can see
some
that.
you're at some party, you're hanging out with friends, you're going to a football game, whatever it is, and you open up a fridge and there's a pumpkin ale or a fall spice or a mint chocolate chip stout. It's always some sort of fall or winter seasonal that I think is most people's first foray into craft beer. And I personally feel it's the biggest gateway to get people into the craft industry. We try to do that whole like, oh, you like Miller Lite? Well, here, try this lager. It's got a little bit more flavor kind of thing. But I really think this is everybody's kind of first little footstep in.
Well, and I'll agree with that. I mean, in this area, we didn't get Southern Tier's Pumpkin in any format other than draft.
Yeah.
And I went someplace last week that I never would have expected to have seen it on draft, but there it was. So there's at least a market enough for...
Oh, there's still...
And,
Thanks for not putting a pumpkin ale on draft here.
well, I mean, we don't have enough lines. But yeah, if we had 10 lines, there'd probably be a pumpkin ale on draft.
We'd probably sell it.
During the
Oh, yeah. You definitely
season.
would.
I'm one of those people who like once I have a few pumpkin ales,
Especially
I'm
considering
good.
if it was Pump King and you can't get it in any other format around here other than draft. And that's one that really is a popular one that sells around here.
Yeah.
That's kind of the benchmark that everybody else is trying
What's like a Yankee Candle?
What's it? Hobgoblin? Is that the
Warlock.
Warlock?
The Warlock's the dark version of the pumpkin.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that thing's fun.
Yeah.
Speaking
Southern
of
Tier is
dark
really good
versions,
flavored
I always like every year when Southern Tier comes out with the tiramisu, or not tiramisu, that's
Creme brulee.
terrapin, but the tiramisu from Southern Tier, it's one of those where it's like I'll have one, it's a bomber, and I'm good for the year. I don't need to find a second one. But I'll always get it. I always get the one, you know, because it's a great beer to have. It's a great beer to have for me once a year. So,
Yeah, I agree. And this is, for me, this is a nice... It is exactly what it says it is.
Oh, yeah. That is 100%.
It is
Yeah.
a pumpkin latte.
I did a little
beer.
soda rinse on that one. Just not excited about
Mixing the...
crossing the beams. Yeah, I like I
I did
said,
a little rinse myself.
I like pumpkin beer like I like fest beer. 'Tis the season. Let's get ready for that colder weather. We start gathering back by the fire, and just exactly what Chris was talking about. Somebody's got, their usual beers and whatever refreshing stuff we were drinking from the summer, and then here comes somebody late to the party, and what do they got? It's a 6-pack full of pumpkin beers or stuff. We love it, that's good. And then it gets us ready for those spice ales coming later in the winter.
right.
Yeah, they definitely pump that up as we get into, the fireside type of stuff.
Yeah,
See, that's what I'm excited about. By the time my month is over, hopefully the weather might be cooler down here. It'll be a nice time to...
Dude, you missed last week. It was a beautiful nights for fires last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do build some buttes. Thanks, Rob.
We had a couple nice ones.
I
All right, I think there's another in there.
Yep.
on my walks to the railroad station growing up, I doubled as a pyromaniac. So
Well, I think the statute of limitations probably expired on that, right?
several of the things that transpired thanks Kelly for the check-in on. It's kind of alarming. It was. Might have to check the
This is like,
notifications there.
Kelly on...
My seizing out.
It's just a private
I
text
smell
group we have
toast. I
going.
smell toast.
Is it...
Untapped, Rob.
Oh, there's...
Kelly
she,
P.
She must have gotten home with that and didn't feel like she needed to send a text to let me know she's there.
It's cool. She told me.
There's a text that says I'm home.
She told
You
me
wanna
that.
Tell us
Okay,
about
that's
your
fine.
next beer here.
She didn't even. Did she not see earlier in the show when you sang "My Girl"? That was
I
excellent.
know, it was great. I thought it was a great rendition.
Kelly toasted me again. Thank you.
So this is all me again?
Well, I can fight you for it here.
Whatever. You passed, dude.
See, you guys love it when I go on my sober run.
You passed.
That was funny.
I passed it to Menker. He pours a mini Rob ends up with the whole thing.
I like when Menker comes and visits.
Menker's here.
Yeah,
I'm on sober.
you're doing sober.
That's
month,
Maker's
and
mark.
I gotta drive home. So
And Kelly went home, and so I have a beer.
Oh man, wait till you get to the wine and you end up with half a bottle.
I'm kind of jealous. Look at that thing.
That's like a whole beer.
I might even share some of that wine.
we
with Nick
we may have to go for a walk after this, Rob. You know.
Rob, you need more exercise.
I
You got to
need
be more
I
active.
gotta get the pickle
I guess I got to go walking.
yeah.
I'm
around.
sorry. Did you say eggs were sides for bacon? Is that what you were trying to say? Yes, I do need more eggs for sides for bacon. Yes.
Can I get some bacon with a side of eggs?
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to
No,
take a walk.
I believe what you heard
go
was I
bold.
wanted a bunch of bacon. What I said was I want all of your bacon.
Give to
I want
us
you to go in the back and cook
all
all
your
of your
bacon.
bacon and bring it back out.
I'm down.
Good.
I could go for some.
I do love some Ron
All right,
Swanson
so
on
what-
some
what
Parks
is
and
this?
Rec.
Is this a stout?
It is a stout, but it's a tropical stout. But they're calling it an extra strength or an export strength we're going to take a run at that again.
For
They're
an
calling it
extra-
an export strength tropical stout, which means it's 7.7% ABV. It's sweeter,
7.9.
less roasty, but still full and dark.
7.9.
7.9?
Yes.
Oh, well. Damn it, Untapped.
What did Untapped say it was?
So what is the
That's what I'm on.
what is the tropical? What are they making?
So it's a Jamaican style stout is basically what it is. So Jamaican style stout usually was always higher ABV because of the shipping aspect. So you had the dry Irish, dry English style stouts. They were usually came in about 4 or 5, just under 5%. But when they started brewing beer in Jamaica under the British flag, the export stouts had higher ABV in order to help last the cask journey. It's similar to putting in the extra hops in an India Pale Ale, right? And so that's the history on like an export stout.
Kind of similar to imperial stouts for like Russian imperial stouts.
Okay.
Same concept.
Definitely bigger cocoa nib.
I always like the Guinness export versus when Guinness.
Well, that's what it
draft
is. Guinness export is a higher ABV, and it's meant to be able to make that journey. It's that export.
and it's kind of more bitter, more of the.
A little bit fuller flavored. Where, like regular Guinness is kind of creamy. This isn't creamy. This is
definitely not creamy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got like a whole mouthfeel, kind of a lot like ale. I like
But
this.
big for me, dry cocoa.
This is a dark beer I could get into for the cooler season that we.
Oh yeah, that's nibby. Lots of nibs.
Yeah.
Kind of really fun coming off that spiced ale too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good call. Definitely didn't want to go the other way around on that one.
No, because it would have made that pumpkin ale taste so sweet after this.
Or watery.
And being a blonde base.
That is definitely one of my kinds of stouts right there. Man. I can drink stuff like that year round.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what
I
time.
remember
Definitely.
what was the stout that Champion Brewing used to make for
Oh God.
no FX. It was a different punk or rock band. But they made in other words,
I know who you're talking about.
Champion Brewing used to make a stout. Actually, they made an IPA for no FX.
It was really good live if you've never seen them.
And then
Shout out to Fat
another
No Effects
band
is
came
great.
to them. They were going to brew a beer for them. The Black Me Stout. And I wonder if they're going to tell me the story of
Black Me Stout.
Against the Grain. No, against
me.
Against Me. Thank you.
Oh,
Against
that's
Me.
Laura Jane Grace.
And so
Yeah.
Against Me.
I knew they would come up.
Said they wanted a
She's awesome.
a Baltic style.
You introduced me to that music,
stout.
Josh.
You know, that kind of, you were saying a Russian Imperial.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like, let's not put 8% ABV in the hands of, a bunch of kids coming to your rock concert. So they made their Black Me Stout similar to like an Imperial Stout in flavor and profile. And that's kind of what this reminds me of. It's got that kind of really kind of bold, bitterness, big chocolate, kind of chocolate nib kind
But
of
they
flavor
lowered
to
the
it.
ABV so you could drink it at a show.
Right, exactly.
Boy, you were talking about bacon. This would just go great with some
Oh yeah,
bacon.
Yeah, you can
That would
crush-
get good with jalapeno bacon. Man.
Jalapeno bacon, chocolate covered bacon.
I mean,
Chocolate covered jalapeno bacon.
Founders has the
Rob does a candied bacon.
has
and
a
that-
KBS,
and that-
but I,
and that's pretty much all the bacons. Like you guys are rattling them off, and all I could picture was Forrest Gump and Bubba, and like, oh, you got shrimp boil, and you got shrimp scampi. Like 3 days later, and that's about all the different ways you can cook shrimp.
so,
That's all I have to say about that.
Honestly, though, you're right though, because Founders has the KBS. I think this is a great breakfast stop too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would go really good with nice smoky bacon, fatty
with
bacon.
eggs as sides.
You know, the
That's
KBS, the difference is the KBS has the smoky bacon flavor in it.
Yeah,
It's
Right.
like it is that breakfast.
KBS
Whereas
to me, also compared to this, is a little bit smoother.
I do want to hear more about these.
It's more that American
And
style.
viscous.
Yeah,
I
it's
wanna
that
hear
American
more
style
about Rob's
Imperial, where this is-
breakfasts.
This is definitely.
He's drinking 8% stouts.
But I do. To your guys' point, I love the bitterness on this.
I'm gonna
Like,
have
it
to
really
stash
kind
a
of
couple of these.
hits well.
I was
Yeah, it
actually
really
I was
does.
actually going to suggest that to see if you were going to.
No soul to sell. What anybody know the reference? Because these
Soul
are
to Sell?
often these are
It's
songs.
always like a
Probably
song
reference
lyric
to
or-
a Nine Inch Nails song.
Thank you.
It's probably a line from Closer.
just
I've got no soul to sell.
It's either that or it's a thesis, no soul to sell. Name of the song.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Either way,
I've got no soul to sell. See,
I like-
that was
I
that
like
was
your
the
reference
T-shirt
there.
for
That's,
sale. And it is kind of
I
scratched. It is kind of scratched in like a nin thing, like
Like a
carved in, like
like
somebody
a-
carved it into
like
their forearm.
A closer kind of reference.
that's one of the leading singles from the album The Downward Spiral.
That video is a little bit.
That entire song.
Yep.
That's such cool. When
I
that
remember
noise,
me and a girl I lost my virginity. Well, the girl I lost my virginity to, not a girl. It wasn't a group effort. That's playing that song on repeat, or actually playing that album on repeat.
wow, that's a great introduction into that world.
That's plenty. Thank you.
Here's the
Do
here's
I,
the workout part. Of the
Rob,
show.
before you pour the whole bottle in your glass, can I get some?
Here's the workout part of the show is pouring this heavy ass bottle.
This bottle
Across the
is a
table.
task.
This bottle's it's a good fighting weight.
Yeah.
Like
fighting weight.
you keep it like it's one of those bottles you buy when you know you're gonna get into a fight later. Drink the bottle so you're
shoot
ready
club.
for the fight, and then you're already armed.
I mean, this
It
and a
is
six-pack of Mickey's
it is a
grenades.
club.
It's a D&D wine.
Yeah.
Josh, they're called grenades because they look like them, not because you're supposed to throw them across the bar.
Well, so the label art's really kind of cool. So that is St. George slaying the dragon. That is actually a San Antonio or Antonio Tempesta etching from 1564, which was actually the birth year of both Shakespeare and Galileo.
Antonio Sapresta.
Antonio
St. George.
Tempesta.
That's
But
like,
yeah.
isn't that the conquering of Wales? 15 what
Yes,
year?
exactly. It's St. George slaying the dragon. It is the conquering of Wales. Yeah.
So Wales is a dragon?
In
Huh?
yeah.
It's one of my favorite jokes, or one of my favorite videos. Like, where are you ladies from?
Not like
Wales. Oh, I'm so
mythology.
sorry. Where are you Wales from? Sorry.
It's getting darker here. Not blackening dark, just dark.
I thought my Wales were dragons. Was
Well, you know their flag, the Welsh flag has the red dragon on it.
Right,
And
exactly.
classically they were
And
viewed
when we're talking
as,
about St. George, I think we're talking about George the First.
a heavy
So,
bottle.
yeah, really, yeah.
Hey, one good thing though, it's got a huge punt.
How many
Rob,
fingers
get
is
to
that
the
punt?
punt.
Almost all four.
Discussed that earlier.
So, in true California style, it's listed as a Cabernet Sauvignon, and it is 75% Cabernet Sauvignon, 19% Petit Syrah, 6% take another run at that. 6% Petit Verdot. It does 1 year in French oak. 30% of it does. The rest, 70% is in neutral oak. And it's a massive yet balanced 15% ABV from Paso Robles.
And
15.
comes in at 21 retail.
Man, that Petit Verdot just takes certain aspects of your wine to a whole nother level.
Well, I mean, you take a varietal like Cab that is big fruit, big tannin, and then, you've got Petit Syrah and Petit Verdot. So Petit Syrah is going to add more fruit and a little bit of velvetiness to it. And then that Petit Verdot is going to add that spice and pepper.
Tannic
and,
structures, yeah.
Right, and more tannin to it. So, I mean, I'm glad that 30% on 1 year old French is that you're asking oak to do a lot of work at that
Does
point.
have some bright fruit in there, but it doesn't come screaming out,
Making some
It's
room
not
for the
like
wine.
brash berries.
So
It's just like some nice, dark cherry taste just kind of rises out of there.
now, full disclosure, on
Macerated,
this,
not like
we
fresh.
Opened this bottle about 7:15, 7:20.
720, 730.
So it's had a good hour and a half to open up
but it
because
needs
it's a big
It needs
bottle.
it.
It needs it.
When you uncork this thing and pour it in a glass right then and there, it's gonna bite you back. I mean, they call it the Big Red Monster because it is. Paso fruit is interesting from the standpoint because you're talking 100-degree days, 30-degree nights. So you want to talk about the stress that not only the vines go under, but the expansion and contraction that the fruit constantly goes under. Like you get these really kind of concentrated, really dark, really tannic kind of flavors. And it's amazing how much bright fruit is on this considering what this actually goes through in its growing climate.
I
A
call
lot of bright fruit.
I call this this is the proverbial chocolate covered cherry.
But this also
in
has
wine.
a nice licorice to it,
Yeah.
like black licorice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got these velvety, like he said earlier, these mouthfeel things that really support that fruit. So it's not just out there like a brash berry.
Well, and if you like big calves and or you like big red blends, I mean, this is right there. I mean, yeah, it says cab on the label, but I mean, it's in true California style. Nothing's 100% the varietal what
yeah,
it says it is. That's one of my favorite jokes. Is like 75% of the varietal listed on the label has to be present in the bottle, and only 75% of the fruit from the region that you say it's from has to be present in the bottle. So when you give someone a big Napa Valley cab, 25%, it's neither Napa nor cab.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, especially when you have these big. Oh, I got him.
You got him! Crush him!
Miyagi!
Crush him! Don't let that.
He was
don't
right
let
in the
that MFer
camera,
back
too.
out. Don't throw him at me. You looked like you were going to throw that right
I
at me.
kind of was. Josh?
Put him in the big red monster. You lost him. I don't think you really
I think you
caught
threw him behind you or something at some point.
You probably put him in the line
it.
bottle.
He got so excited.
He's not bothering me anymore.
Oh, he's...
Is he in there?
Yo, Rob, put him on ice. He's sleeping with the fish.
Tonight he sleeps with the fishes. Yeah.
He's no longer a friend of ours. So beer makes us talk when it's good. It makes us share a talk.
And
Good
wine shuts us the hell up when it's good.
Mine turns me into a ninja master.
Yeah. No, I mean, one of the things you're
That's
getting,
all that aerobic exercise this week.
That's right.
Right. You're on your game now.
If only she knew.
It's good to see you recovered from your bowling
Tell you,
incident.
I was freaking sore this morning. You laugh at being
Oh
sore
no,
from
no,
bowling, but let me tell you,
I understand. I actually met Tracy because I was in a bowling league.
putting all this weight on this one leg.
There's I'm telling you, some of the best contacts I made were out there bowling, man. There's something about it, dude.
Yeah. Every time I watch The Big Lebowski, it just makes me want to go bowling.
there's a
Go
guy
roll
in
some
our-
rocks after this, guys.
There's a guy in our bowling league named Richard. We always just called him Dick. So,
Probably weren't the only ones.
nah, we think all his family did too. But for as big as the fruit is, it's actually mellowed at this, a little bit mellowed at this point. It really needed to have been opened up early, and now It's why it's really, really drinkable.
Yeah, not
I'd
so
still
much
get-
licorice. Was it cassis? Is that
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Yeah.
Cassis.
Creme de cassis.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of licorice.
So you don't pronounce that Cassius. Huh.
No, it's
There's
not
no
Cassius
H in
Clay.
there.
There's no Cassius Clay.
There's no H in
Yeah,
Cassius' name either.
yeah.
There's an H in cashew.
Yeah, there you go.
What, cashew nuts?
That's right.
Bless you.
It was
But there's
good.
also
Yes,
just
was
that.
silent.
There's also that touch of vanilla that just kind of comes through there. You know, that just kind of rounds it out.
There's a
I
lot
like
of
that
really
the
cool
tannins
flavors.
are hitting the teeth, but they're not teeth sucking tannins.
Right. Yeah, it's not leaving hair on your tongue.
Yeah, it's not. not
I don't.
making
I don't think it's a paint your mouth purple wine either. It's kind of. I don't know. It's just, are you? Are you getting it?
Yeah, he's got some purple on his tongue. Yeah.
You wouldn't want to spill this on your white shirt.
No, certainly not. Not with the. I mean, Cab will stain anyway, but with the Petit Syrah and Petit Verdot in it.
I mean, this flavor alone is nice
Oh,
as it is.
Meter is checking in.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Great. Can't wait to see you guys out there.
Yeah, can't.
Are you guys heading out there?
Well, I can't wait till they start producing so we can sell.
Ah,
Yeah, they got some really cool stuff.
Yeah, the stories have been great. The buzz is good. So
nice.
the buzz.
I see what you did there.
Oh, that took me a minute.
It's
I
a-
think I came to the party.
That's
for
like
it,
multiple layers of that.
Yes,
That's like an onion.
Yes. Peel it back. Speaking of onions and this wine, actually, I do think it does make me think that it's the time in the show when we got to talk about food and what goes good with this.
Oh, okay. That was a good segue because I.
Did you think I was going to say
I really thought you
caramelized?
were going to say you're getting onions in this thing. I was
No,
like,
maybe caramelized onions with it.
Well, I was just thinking of coring out an onion and putting a garlic clove in it and foil and putting it on the grill.
I definitely see that.
That'd be good.
I had some
Just
grilled
really
white
just
onion and
kinda-
stuff earlier, and
Yeah, this weekend I did took all these vegetables, onions, Brussels sprouts, peppers, threw them right on the grill and let them get nice charcoal color to them, and then chopped them.
Kind of
all
want
up.
the
I-
sweetness though.
I
want
like
the
using a
Vidalia
skewer
instead
to
of
do that.
white.
And then, I put them in portobello caps.
oh, that's
Chop it all
nice.
up
Food
into
wrapped in
portobello
food.
caps.
That's my second favorite category: food on a stick and food wrapped in food.
Food.
Corn dog counts as both. Just
I
thought
did a
I'd
nice
tell you.
pasta primavera last night.
Primavera. I could see that
With
with
pomegranate
this.
vinegar to deglaze with
Oh, that would really bring in this wine.
mushrooms, broccoli. And
See, I did
processed
So
zucchini.
yeah, for
Oh,
this
that's
wine,
nice. I did a swordfish tonight.
I mean, I can see
with
that.
the rice medley.
I can see that vegetable thing. I did with this just because I threw a little bit of balsamic on it. But
Yeah.
without that, it'd be a little.
Yeah, the
lacking.
something with balsamic will definitely come through.
I did that kind of caramelized soy, and I actually think that would play into this too with how I had
Yeah.
that swordfish laid out.
Speaking of soy, maybe some of your heavier. It would have to be very heavy, but like some sushi type stuff.
Yeah, we're dancing
Well, I
around
mean-
it, but we're slowly kind of getting at a little bit of
Well, you
Asian cuisine here
Well, you
with
just
this wine.
said you just said swordfish with
Yeah.
with. I mean that'll go with this in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I
Swordfish
like-
with that.
I like red wine with oily fish. That's just something
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
You might be able to pull off mackerel.
I was just
Yeah.
thinking the same thing because it's got a distinctive big bold
Super
flavor.
oil.
Yeah.
Borderline greasy, but in a good way.
Oh, it's so fun. There's God, I hope that place is still there on Okercook, the fried mackerel sandwiches.
It is.
Oh God, it's so good. I want one right now.
And if you get up to not Kill Devil Hills, just below it where the Wright brothers,
Avon.
Kitty Hawk.
Kitty Hawk, Art's Place to me is the best place for
Art's-
breakfast
Art's
on the Outer Banks.
Can we do wine at breakfast?
Yeah,
Can we do this wine at breakfast?
I don't know if you could do that wine at breakfast, but they do hand packed sausages and they're this big around, and so are their biscuits. I mean, it's just
Well, you were saying.
And Rob is
Sausage,
looking
but
for
I
more
was thinking-
egger sides
I was
of
thinking
bacon.
we actually. This might not be bad with a country ham.
I tell
Oh,
you
yeah.
what, there's one place
Yeah.
out there. There's a couple places that do fish cakes and eggs, man. Those are good.
well. And you were talking about roasted vegetables and stuff. Like I think I don't think it's a stretch. I hate talking about breakfast with wine. No, I don't. A Western omelet would go great with this too.
Oh,
You know,
That brings in that ham that
Right.
Rob was talking about. The bell peppers
the
I was
bell
talking
peppers,
about earlier.
onions. You know, it just kind of all.
Yeah,
So see, eggs is a side for bacon.
that's right. I agree, 100%.
I actually, since ruling eggs out of my diet, I've come to realize that it's very easy to make breakfast and just take the eggs out. It's amazing how people think
Those
like,
chickens finally stopped producing.
which one you worried about?
man, I love eggs. Like for breakfast, like poached eggs. Like I can't give poached eggs up. I'm sorry.
Poached eggs is nice. A little bit of vinegar in there, and you
But
get
that's how you make a poaching.
yeah.
I actually need to have that.
Otherwise, it's just a boiled egg.
Otherwise, it's water.
I actually need to have a good poached egg. I haven't had one in a long time.
It's hard to find one down here.
Lisa wants to add. Now, I will say this. Lisa is from, I person knows, from Pennsylvania. And she just adds that Arts is still in Kitty Hawk.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I used to, when I was still working for Foothills, I used to stay at the Holiday Inn Express up there because I used them so much. They would give me an off-season rate of. They had done a remodel.
And
I love those
which
things.
expertise did you have each morning when you woke up?
Oh, well, so, they had a continental breakfast that I never ate at because I was 5 miles away from Art's Place. And every morning that I was up in the Outer Banks, I ate at damn Art's Place. Yeah. And it was, to me, the best breakfast I've had in the Eastern Carolinas. And my footprint was Corolla down to Hilton Head. So...
Something to think about there.
Oh, yeah, I love the Outer Banks, man. It's hard to beat it. You ever hang out at Trio?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I love that place.
It's a great space. Yeah.
So, the more I sip on this wine, the more...
Comfortable it is.
Yeah, and more things are opening up, too.
Yeah.
I still get the cassis, but I'm getting more berries. And more
Oh, yeah. You're definitely getting more forest fruit. I mean, a lot more like blackberry and bramble
type
and,
stuff,
yeah.
I'm also, speaking of forest, just getting this underlying loamy, kind of like mushroomy, just starts building. And it's like this whole like opposition or juxtaposition of the fruit. Is just this whole like level of just like decay.
Lisa's going to disagree with you a little bit. She said, it's good. I do like salmon omis, too.
Oh.
Salmon Omis is awesome. That's what, whalebone? That question was directed towards
Lisa. Whalebone.
I mean, one humble fat man's opinion, still Art's Place, but
Internet's a rough place.
I know,
man.
right?
And, let me tell you, Lisa can, she's a dangerous person, so don't disagree with her too much.
Well, it was funny because like when my parents first moved to Wilmington, they were taking my brother's restaurant recommendations, and like so every time I'd meet up with the family to go out to eat, we were going to some damn chain or sports bar, and I was like, would you quit asking the thin cop
Charlie's
son? How about you ask the fat wine rep son that you have about some actual food recommendations? And all of a sudden, like, my parents started listening to me, and then they started keeping a journal of all the independent restaurants they ate at in Wilmington and Southport and everything else. And it's been great watching them, like, actually, because these were people who grew up, eating chain and not really eating at Independence. And
Well,
now,
if you got them off of chain breakfast, so your first place you like gently broke them into.
I love a Ruby
was
salad bar.
The place that's there on the corner of
White Front,
on
Dixie
corner
Grove.
of Oleander and College.
Jimbo's?
Yes.
Jimbo's.
Yeah, Jimbo's is great, but Jimbo's doesn't do dinner, so you
No,
have
they do
to
not.
you have to
That's
get.
breakfast.
It's
So-
breakfast, lunch, and then God knows how.
I know, and the great part about that, like I found Jimbo's at 2 or 3 a.m. Like,
yeah.
and so like,
When I own my bar.
right? Yeah, I mean that was.
Those are the best times of the day.
I've
because
never eaten
Yeah,
Jimbo's
but
when the
I'll
sun's
be
up.
honest with you, it's great. It's not that great.
Oh no! But
Yeah, but I mean,
the
it's great.
atmosphere is
The atmosphere
is 50% of the.
Yeah, I know.
Is
Well, the
Salt
thing
that
is
place
like,
that only does
'cause
breakfast?
Who?
Salt.
Saltworks.
Yeah,
Saltworks?
there's like a grill that's like just breakfast. Like
Jimbo's is just breakfast.
Well, Jim is
lunch.
breakfast and lunch.
Oh yeah, I guess.
So they're what is it? 10 p.m. to like 2 or noon, something
10
like that.
p.m. to 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of how busy that intersection is. Nobody wants to go there for dinner. Nobody wants to make a left-hand turn into there.
Yeah.
That's why you do it at 2 a.m.
Yeah, we used to close the bar down and get off about, and depending on how busy we were, anywhere between 3 and 4:30.
Yeah.
And roll into Jimbo's,
Wow.
and it was all bar staff except for the 20
Right.
drunks that were still
Right,
trying
exactly.
to make the
Yeah.
rest of the
Well, and
night.
the best thing is like I don't know how they do it, but like every one of their servers is in orthopedic shoes. Like every one of them is like 65 plus.
Oh, yeah.
Serving at Jimbo's, and it's great because it's like, oh, grandma's here. You know, I mean, like every one of them. What you gonna have, love? Oh, thank you. I need.
I don't know,
they're
I don't know how
awesome.
many times that we
the
had.
camera turned off. Did you unplug it?
No.
So-
I've still got a camera here.
Oh, okay. the
Well,
lights going on
I
it.
was told we were frozen, and then I looked up at the camera and I saw the lights off. Just thought I'd mention.
I'm
Anyways,
seeing
though,
here
but
and here.
audio's separate from that, and so we can still be heard.
Yeah,
and,
but,
and my likeness and image
When I
is
worked
still
at the
there.
Brewers
For
Guild,
this.
Still got great
and we
frame
would
rate.
hang out after we closed a little bit. Jimbo's was the first stop on the way home.
Well,
Yeah.
I used to take.
That was the one place that multiple bouncing crews actually worked together because those
Right.
20 or 30 people that were drunk that weren't in the bar business inevitably tried to start fights with each other.
Oh yeah, right. Well, and so one of the other great breakfast places, but you got to get there super early, or you got to fight people to get in. But Dixie Grill is
Dixie
great.
Grill's great.
So we used to always like Cape Fear Wine and Beer Festival was always like one of those times where all the brewery reps would come into town, and we would do Voracious the night before, and then we would all go out and get tore up. It's just what you did. It was kind of an industry thing. And so I was, living here and everything else. I was always the guy that was like, all right, I'll see you guys at 8 a.m. at Dixie Grill when they open. And like 30 people are like, oh my God, that's an amazing idea. Well, there I am at like 7:30 reminding everybody, hey, Dixie Grill at 8 a.m. I'd be there. And for the next 45 minutes, they'd slowly start to stumble in. But they were always so thankful that they could get like the Louisiana hash or the corned beef hash bowl. I mean, it's
good
just,
stuff.
Dude,
Oh
Dixie's
my
so
gosh,
good.
it's so good. So
It absorbs that night
right,
before so easily.
exactly.
So I think we're probably ready to get on to some ratings tonight, right?
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to start off. Unusual. But we're going to go with the NA beers from Athletic. Chris brought two for us to try, the IPA and the Stout. I bagged them the whole time.
Saltworks, guys. That's the one I was talking about. Yeah,
And then there's Saltworks, too.
There was.
There was, yeah.
there was.
So yeah, I bagged on them the whole time, but yeah, let me say this: for an NA beer, in a product line that is developing and becoming more complex, and not just what was the only NA beer you get forever? O'Doul's, not just O'Doul's. Mm-hmm. These are pretty good. We've got Klostaller, which is award-winning from Europe, and I'm sure that these guys are starting to rack up awards too, because
Well, I rattled them off. There was a laundry list of awards.
I kind of
He was
blanked
phased out because he wasn't getting
'Cause
alcohol.
my alcohol receptors
He is,
are like, we're me.
Yeah.
Conditional state learning.
Right.
But I'm gonna say, I mean, there was an odd, for me, aroma and taste, but you guys explained it away where it was. I'm used to getting those alcohol esters, when it comes to the beer, and to replace it and I'm sure that flavor will go away if I got used to what I was drinking.
Right. Exactly.
So I think they're pretty good. I've had Klostaller a couple times. I think they're right up there with them. So I have nothing bad to say about them. I'm going to give them both of them. I do think I like the IPA better, and I like the stout, which is odd for me. But on those notes, I do think I like the IPA better. I'm going to give both of them, for me, a solid 1.5.
Oh, wow.
Hey, I'm happy with that because we're talking, a 1.5 for non-alcoholic. I mean, I used to work for the distributorship that distributed Klosterner, and in the old Lowe's Foods that was down here, we had a double face on the shelf and could never keep it in stock. We would blow through those 6-packs. So there's always been a customer for non-alcoholic, but there's never really been a lot of options. And it's been funny because in the last 3 years, you've seen Coors come out with an NA. You've seen Heineken came out with Double Zero a year and a half or 2 years ago, which, unfortunately still tastes like Heineken.
Yeah.
So to really see...
Yeah, but is that a bad thing?
Well, come on. It's
Well,
Heineken.
it tastes like it's parent.
Right.
It
exactly.
depends which
It
college
tastes almost
roommate you want to be
exactly-
reminded of.
I got to give it
So if you're looking
Right, I
for the parent brand,
I know. I was making the joke that it
Yeah.
still tastes like Heineken. But my thing is like this is an actual decent craft option that's come forward, that's available, well awarded. Yeah, you know what? Because my mind is missing the alcoholic component, and you're exactly right. The more you drink these, the more your mind, your taste buds is accustomed to not always having alcohol in it. But I'll take this over a soda any day of the week. I'm right there. I'm a 1.5. I'm a 1.6 because it's a great alternative to watching a football game and trying to be conscious about it, hanging out with friends, whatever the case may be, whatever your reason for them is.
yeah,
They're there and they're available to you, and they're a great option compared to something else.
I can agree with that. And
Because I don't want a soda.
honestly, we work out some more room in our cooler, and I could see sliding these right in next to the Kloster's. And there's a variety.
Absolutely, yeah. Which I can follow up. I'm right there with you guys. 1.6 for me. Athletic's really good. They're definitely on the better end of the spectrum of NA beers. Is there definitely some that are not on the good spectrum of NA beers? But the sheer amount of choices you have with their even including the hazy that I kind of hogged to myself over here. They're just an awesome brewery. Really solid NA beer. If that's what you're looking for, you're not going to be disappointed with whatever you go for.
Thanks for the toast, Brittany. That's wonderful. Let's see. What I like about athletic beer is it's beer.
Right.
I mean, we got into discussion about there's no alcohol, there's no gluten removed or whatever. But honestly, it just tasted like beer.
Yeah.
And again, I like the whole element of making a conscious choice to have a beverage that's going to be enjoyed as a beer that just doesn't have alcohol. But I also like the fact that it just tastes like any other beer. Like if I grabbed one of these out of the fridge and I was like, man, I didn't realize I grabbed a non-alcoholic when I finally look at the label, I wouldn't be disappointed at what I was experiencing. It's great flavor. It's good stuff. It's good use of grains. When it gets down to that, you really can taste the grains, and it kind of brings you back to any of the brewers who there's that moment before you pitch your yeast where you give your wort a taste, and you just really experience the malt for what it is. And that I feel that's what comes true in these beers. That being said, the hop profile on the Session IPA gave it a nice grassy feel, super refreshing. I know Rob described it as watery at one point. I don't know that it was a watered down taste as much as just in the absence of that alcohol. You got to find something to describe this. And I found the word to be just refreshing. You get in, you mowed some lawn, or you did some work, or you did some falling over in the bowling alley, and you just got to find a way to put it all back together, but you still got to drive home. Hey, this could be a great choice. I liked the stout. I really thought that was groovy, and I'm the IPA guy. I really enjoyed that.
Backwards on that.
It was. I think anybody who loves a Guinness is going to love this stout, and it's it's just really well done. I don't know if I have a favorite there. Maybe I tip my hat a little. All in all, I'm with the 1.5 on this. And is that in the caveat of non-alcoholic beer? No, this is beer. Beer is beer. and we're not always drinking it just for the buzz. There we go again. Sometimes we're really just truly drinking for the relaxation of the flavor of the beverage itself and sharing it with our friends. So
I will say this. Normally, when it comes to somebody asks about non-alcoholic wine, I jokingly say, yeah, that's Welch's. We don't have any comparison for non-alcoholic beer, but it's athletic.
Yeah.
So,
by the way, Welch's sparkling is not a bad thing.
like I said, that's just my joke. Yeah, we got non-alcoholic wine. It's Welch's. So that we did both of those. So that brings us to, I think, Josh's beer.
Yeah. Pumpkin
This
latte. Blonde. It smells like a pumpkin latte. It tastes like a pumpkin latte. I'm going to give this one a solid 1.6. Not my favorite style of beer, but this is exactly what you'd expect from pumpkin latte blonde. Like, they hit the nail on the head with the flavor profile of this one.
I don't know what that is. Is that like a? That looks.
Towel.
Don't forget your towel.
Yeah, it's a towel.
They just put a towel on there. Yeah. Oh, because it's like the barista towel. It's got the grinds.
Well, it's something.
Or the pumpkin took his towel off when he got in the hot.
Oh yeah.
Right.
The pumpkin took his towel off before he jumped in the.
Listen, it's Sycamore. You've always got to go more towards the.
I know. I had to ask, like, because I seen it there, and I was like, I know Sycamore does this. What are they doing? They're doing it. It's nice. Sycamore label. So that's where I'm going to start with this. Label bought me in. Even before Josh threw this on the show, I was like, I got to try one of those. And I'm the guy who's like, a couple pumpkins a year, and I'm good. The way they did this really was reminiscent of the vanilla affogato that we talked about, where it was the scoop of ice cream in the cup of coffee thing.
Hey, Lisa.
We freaking
She's checking out on us.
experienced this again, where it's a pumpkin latte, and it's just good. It's good. Lots of spice.
Is the water bubbling because it's hot or because the pumpkin's farting?
Look at
They
his
said a
face.
steaming hot cup of coffee, which I don't know.
Yeah.
Why is it
It's
steaming hot?
interesting the way it dripped over.
Explain the face on the coffee.
Just look at the face of the pumpkin.
I know,
I don't
right?
know that the coffee's hot.
Well, I'm gonna jump.
What does
in on
coffee
this.
do to you in the hot tub?
I absolutely have enjoyed this from a standpoint. I used to sell the
1.5, by the way.
piss at a Cottonwood pumpkin, and that was one of the things I always enjoyed about it was that it was a pumpkin beer brewed in what I like to call more southern style, and the fact that they build this off a blonde ale comes in at 5.88% ABV, and it's packed with that much flavor. Yeah, I can have 3 or 4 of these
Yeah.
on a 70-degree day, and actually get into the fall feeling, even though it doesn't feel like fall.
The intern.
Down here, and I think that's my thing. Is it kind of helps. I love when southern breweries kind of make that conscious decision to make pumpkin beers that are actually southern in style.
Yeah.
I
agree with
because
that.
I don't need a pumpkin porter right now. I can't drink a pumpkin porter until that temperature
Pumpkin
drops.
Or like
porter.
a warlock. Where
Or
it's
warlock,
stout.
or like we were talking before. So
Did you give a rating?
I did very discreetly after I was so kindly seconded on my notion about the beer. It was a 1.5.
Okay.
For
And
me.
Yours?
yeah, 165. It's really solidly done. I mean,
Josh is going to get Steve's opinion.
All right. So for me, this is one of those true to label beers. It was a pumpkin spice latte ale.
Yeah.
Everything on that label is what it was. So kudos there to Sycamore. Of course, your label is brought up discussion. And
It took us a second, too,
and
yeah.
let me say,
I think that's kind of the concept. They do want to
with
ask.
Sycamore's reputation, even if it's a nice, family friendly label, we're
We
still
still
going
would
to
have
think.
questioned it.
Yeah, we're still going to think. Yeah, what's the underlying meaning there?
I don't know. Pumpkin spice likes to be in things, and it just ends up in coffee. And now they both ended up in our beer.
Yeah. I thought flavor profile, it was right on for what was listed on the label. Is it my favorite pumpkin beer of the year so far? No. I've got a couple others. The Monks make some great pumpkin beer, and it's really good this year from Monkster. It's really good.
Strapped to
Sorry,
his shorts.
Josh's bondage shorts just got stuck to the furniture.
But you know what I just noticed? I'm the only one moving in this camera.
I told you we were
I know,
frozen.
but it's plugged in.
It's off.
Did you unplug it and plug it back in again?
No, I am now. But
Yeah.
did the light come back on?
No.
I don't know.
Maybe when you lifted it up before it did something. I don't know.
Well, so anyway, you guys are on audio and your picture's all there. So
Yeah.
they didn't even see Josh get up.
Okay.
Doc, we just went back 20 minutes in time.
But anyway, as far as the pumpkin beer goes, it's not my favorite for the year. I'm going to give it a 1.4. There's a few that are better. It's really good though. So yeah, there's that.
Does he care to name one? That's fine.
That's better. Yeah, the Monkster. I just said.
Oh yeah, we do love the
You just
Monster.
don't pay attention when other people are talking, do you?
I was trying to get other ones out of him other than the Monster. That's fine. We did that on the show the other day.
Fishing?
Yeah. Yes.
Fishing in the dark.
Maybe you need better bait.
Lisa, you already said you were going. You're going to
Plenty of fish in the sea.
That's
Maybe
right.
your Bait's
Back in on
not
pumpkin.
tasty enough.
That's right.
So that brings us to Nick.
Yeah.
Be really creative vocally because, like I said, it's just a solid picture.
Sounds like a radio show over here.
Let me tell you about the new anthem, No Soul to Sell. I like it.
Doing ASMR.
I liked it. Okay. From the moment I tasted this fine, dark amber, like chestnut colored beverage, I was just taken. I'm telling you.
All right, he's trying too hard. Nothing
Yeah.
amber. Nothing amber about that thing. That thing was black as my soul.
I still get a chestnut. No, no
Black
soul
never
to
ceases
sell.
clothing.
Yeah.
Black
right.
is my soul.
Yeah. But no,
Did he just quote 9?
right. Well, this beer was just absolutely amazing when it came through. I thought, it, like I said, it really reminded me of that Black Me Stout from Champion Brewing, where they tried to make a imperial stout that wasn't 8% ABV, so kids going to concerts wouldn't, kill themselves. This comes in at 7.7, 7.9, whatever. We have conflicting information, but just wonderful dark bitterness, cacao, cocoa nibs, whatever you want to call, kind of notes on it.
Cacao.
Cacao. And just it's that kind of bitterness you want from that dark fall beer. I love
Yeah.
this export style. New Anthem really kind of nailed it on the head with it.
I'm with Chris. A rating on that?
1.85.
Wow, it's really up there. And you know what? I'm right there with him. I was gonna say like a 1.75, but I'm wondering if I'm even closer to a 1.8 on this beer. Just like he says, it's perfect for that fall tone. I'm with Josh. I could drink this all year round. Definitely want to find some food with this in other parts of the year. But as far as just a nice taste of fall, getting ready for dark beer season, this thing has the hops to keep Nick happy, but the body to match for the fireside chats. So with that, I don't know. I'm going to pass that.
I'm going to echo you guys in this. That's a really good stout. That's a damn fine stout. A damn good cup of stout. No, it's really tasty. The roast is there. The a little bit of smoky is there. And the flavor is like rich. New Anthem nailed this one. I could drink this every day, all day.
Wow. I can't wait to see that.
What?
1.85.
1.85. So for me, since I'm the only one moving,
Got to keep the people entertained.
let me get the can so I can show it to them. I think. There we go. I'm right there with you guys. This was an excellent stout. I normally like stouts a lot, and I drink a lot of them in the winter. This, as long as it lasts, will be one a night for me, just because I dig it. I like the fact it's not creamy. It's,
Export style.
it's big coffee and cocoa nibs, and
It's got that bitterness you want.
yeah, it is a good stout ale. Nothing wrong with this. 1.8. I think New Anthem. I like New Anthem a lot. I think this is probably one of the best beers I've had in the last 3-4 months from them. So 1.8. Good job there. Brings us to Big Red Monster, Paso Robles. Cabernet, like Chris said, 75% cab in this. 25% everything else. And you could taste everything else too. Not just the cab. Cab normally comes through big, bold, tannic, just in your face. This is a little subdued. There's a lot going on with the different grapes giving different berry and flavor profiles. A lot of cassis there that actually, the more I drank, that kind of, it was still present, but it faded to a lot more berry, a lot more brambleberry, a lot more
And
raspberry.
the vanilla coming through as well.
You're exactly right. The vanilla did come through a lot. I really dig it. We did this before on the show. It was last vintage. This is the new vintage we have.
Yeah, this is number 2. They
Yeah.
don't do it by vintage. They do it by, I don't know, album releases. This number 2. I don't know.
Yeah.
They want to reference that.
$21 a bottle. If you're looking for a decent little cab and something you can use as a solid weapon after you finish the bottle, this is the way to go. 1.8 on that for me. At that price point, all day long.
Yeah, I gotta echo that. I mean, you want to piss off your friend that just spent $70 on a bottle of Prisoner? Show up to the party with this, because everybody's gonna like this more. And then when you get into a fight, you can still defend yourself, because the bottle or the glass weight on this, like I said, it's a good fighting weight. And it's 4 fingers deep on the punt. So I mean, it's whatever kind of fun you want to have with this bottle. It delivers across the board. So 1.8, I'm right there too. I love a good red blend. I love a good California red blend, and this really delivers for you. Nick.
So many great things these guys were talking about. I'm just a big fan of the fruit matched up with the tannins here. Definitely food ready, but also just table ready. Good to share with friends. Like he said, this thing's a bomb at a party.
Yeah.
I mean, if people are opening red wine, watch their faces, especially when they find out how little you paid. Altogether, I'd say the rating I'm going to hand out is 1. Yeah, it's like a 1.7. Could be like maybe verging on 1.75 for me. It just probably depends on what I'm eating that night.
I will say, if you're opening this up at a party, open it up
Open
early.
it. Get it open.
Maybe open it before you take it, recork it, and then take the cork off when you get to the party.
Yeah, the bottle's fun. I wouldn't want to ditch it, but it's even one of those I wonder how decanting would do with this.
Yeah. It would definitely be, I think, better served decanted if you want to serve it closer to time you're opening it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna follow in and say probably 1.75 for me. I love this wine a lot. I drink a lot of it at the house every time we get it in. The price point's great. The flavor profile is awesome for the price point. The bottle's fun. Honestly, if you could swing this bottle and break it, I'm scared of your strength. I mean, because that probably takes one heck of a swing to break this on something, man. But it's a really cool wine. I do push a lot of people towards it when they come into the shop too. They don't want to spend a whole lot on a cab, but they don't want to buy a $10 bottle. And
That's right.
It falls right into
Oh, yeah.
that.
Perfect. It definitely, I ran into that this past weekend. Somebody was like, well, I want to get somebody a bottle of cab, but I don't want to spend a whole lot. I'm like, well, here's a $10. They're like, no, I don't want to be that cheap. And they're like,
Yeah.
okay, well, here you go.
And
You can't.
the packaging is cool enough that this makes a great gift and a good one for yourself.
Well, great. It makes a great gift, but it's also comfortable enough to take to a holiday party.
Oh yeah,
Like
absolutely.
it's one of those, like I said, feel free to open this up next to that bottle of Prisoner or that bottle of I'm trying to think of another David Finian wine. There's some really solid options out there that people are paying $70+ for, and you're paying $21. I mean, it'll hold up to it.
Yep.
Oh, without
Most
a doubt.
definitely. Most definitely. So with that, I think Josh, you might have something to say.
Absolutely, yes. And nobody can see us right now. Moving.
Actually, they can see you.
Nobody
You're
can
Not
see
right now.
You're
me
just
right
not moving.
now.
Yeah, okay.
we are lost in time and space. So
They right now can see him, but they can't see him right now.
Yeah, but it's amazing how much you look the same right now.
yeah.
Marty!
Oh yeah. No, I still have the hat on and everything.
And you never got up.
No, I never got up. No, not once. Never. If you are watching Rob and listening to us,
That's actually how I noticed that, because he got up and he was still there.
Not when
That's
somebody
amazing.
told us.
No,
but-
when they told us, I was like, "No, they're still there."
oh my god. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So if you are watching Rob and listening to us right now on YouTube, please do remember we are Facebook and
If they're watching me listening, it's on Facebook.
If they're watching on YouTube, they have a time machine.
That's right. Then they have a time machine.
yeah, if they're watching Rob on YouTube and listening to us on YouTube.
Then
we
they have a
upload it.
time machine, because I have not got to YouTube yet.
But this is recorded, or we're recording this
You
for
will-
YouTube too. So if you're catching up on
That's
the video,
right. Who's right now are we
if
talking
future
about?
people are watching past us,
No, they're
right
present
now on
people.
YouTube.
They're just present. Damn it.
Did you have something to share?
Yeah, what did you
I
want
Like,
to say?
comment, and subscribe below.
You guys so
Just like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't tell us what you're drinking, we can't converse with you about it.
And don't forget to hit that notification icon. Every time that we post something, you'll know.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, and let me see. Oh yeah, salami. We could use some salami.
Oh, I like salami.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do.
So, hey, wait a minute, that wasn't right. So,
I noticed you like your beer in the can.
hey,
I just thought he was hiding his drinking.
Chris, I'm glad we had you on tonight. Just so you know, you were the fourth choice. Branson can't do stuff on Monday night for the next 2 weeks. Marie doesn't have childcare after 5, and Coppola had to play tennis.
I mean, actually, playing tennis, or is he more of a pickleball guy? I think he.
Actually, Coppola plays tennis.
I know he does. He's actually pretty good.
There was a tournament, so I'm sure.
Is it at that?
I'm sure they have lights. There was a tournament apparently. So anyway, but I did say in the invite to them, we've already had Menker twice. We were hoping to maybe get some fresh meat.
Yeah. No, I understand.
We do.
It's
Chris,
always fun
we
to
do
have
love having
Chris
you.
around.
Every time.
Absolutely.
Well, I've enjoyed coming in and being the, I don't know, I get fourth wheel or whatever.
You were like the statistician tonight with the laptop.
The actual expert.
Yeah.
So with that, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. And we had a nice long show tonight. We are running way late.
Yeah.
But hey, we had fun, and I hope you guys did too. And we'll see you next week. And they'll actually be moving people on this part of the screen. All right, we'll see you later, guys. Take care.
Goodbye, people.